Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Hoogly Boogly Network. It is Danny here, and today we're going to continue our flat website. Okay, so as you can see from my code right now, I have finished doing what we did last time, which was have the header elements. So now let's make the header. So let's delete all these, and now we can go into our header.php. So in here, we'll make a div class navigation. And in that, we can put stuff such as links, and we can give it a, whoops, sorry. We'll just call it link for now, and we can change it whenever. We'll copy and paste that, and we can save that. So if we go back and refresh, we can see the links are all in line. Okay, so in our header.css, we will put target our div class header, and let's give it a background color of, let's just make it aqua for now. If we refresh, nothing happens. The reason is we don't have a height or width. So let's go and change it. Something happened, I spelled it wrong. Okay, so let's maybe make it height 90 pixels, and let's make a width of 100%. Save it and refresh, and there we go. Now we see this. This is from the body, so we're gonna go in our main.css and put margin 0. And there we go, that's fixed. So in our header.css, we're gonna target the nav class. So we're gonna put nav, open it, and then let's make it 1000 pixels. So width 1000 pixels, and save. We see nothing happens, but we would if we put margin 0 auto. Save it, refresh, and we see it's now in the middle. So now we can make a line height of 90 pixels, and it's in the center. I feel 90 pixels is a bit too big, so let's make it about 30. And we have to change this to 30. And that's a lot nicer, but it's a bit small. So I think about 50 would be a good size. So that's what it's going to be at. Perfect. So what I'll do is I'm going to target the nav class anchor tags. So I'm going to make it so that there's padding. And let's make it 25 pixels. And make sure it's targeting the left side. And now we'll copy and paste that for the right side. So now let's change it to right. Save, refresh, and we can see they're spaced apart. So now let's change the color. So color, let's make it white. And I guess if we're making it white, we can change this to black. Yeah, that'll work. So there we go. So let's get rid of this ugly underline. So what we're going to do is we're going to have text decoration, none, and save. There we go. So now we can edit our links. So let's make it home, about, portfolio, and contact us. So there we go. So that's our header done. But I want the home page to be different. So what I'm going to have to do is from index.php, we're going to have to remove this line of text. So we're going to get rid of the PHP require once header.php. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a new div, and it's going to be called header. Make it a class, but let's make it home header. And of course, since we did not include header.php, we're going to need to do all of the doc type stuff. So let's put doc type HTML, close it, put HTML, and remove this. And let's make a head. And in that, we're going to need to copy everything in here. So we're going to take this stuff. And since we have the PHP files import, we don't have to import our style sheets. So this is perfect. So we can open the body tag. And since we still have the footer.php, it would close the body tag automatically. Okay, so in our home header, let's do the same exact thing. Let's make a class called div_nav. Make it, oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to put class. And there we go. So let's copy our links. And then we can save it there. So we're going to make a new CSS file. And let's call it home.css. Okay, so we can copy our header.css, paste it in here, and make sure we put home header and that stuff so that it targets that. And we can save that. So now, in our files import.php, we're going to need to import all these files. So let's copy and paste that. And then we're going to make it home.css instead of fonts.css. So if we save that, we can refresh. And we can see nothing happens. And that is a good sign. So what I do for the header, I want to add a hover effect. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to target the nav class, the regular nav, the anchor tag, then open your brackets. So then, let's have the hover effect. So let's give it an underline. So text, decoration, underline. And maybe an overline too. So text, decoration, overline. So save this, and we need to add a hover over the A. So if we hover, we can see there's an overline. However, the underline's not working. So let's just make it underline. And that looks pretty nice. Okay. So in our home.css, I sort of want it a bit transparent. So I'm going to change the background color. It's going to be RGBA. And we're going to change the values. It's going to be 000.05. I mean 0.5. So if we go here and refresh, we can see it's transparent. We can't see this gray because there's the white background behind it. But once we add the picture in, you will see it. So let's make another class in our index.php. And it's going to be the header. Whoops, I forgot to put div class. Header image. And then we'll put that here. And /div. There we go. So now let's indent all this to stay organized. There we go. And now what we can do is we're gonna get a picture. So I think I might have a picture in here. Header.png. Okay. So what I can do is in our home.css, target class, header image. And let's make it a height 1000 or 600 pixels, width 100%, and let's give it a background image. URL, and we will make it the following. It will be images, or no, it will not. Since we are in a home.css, sorry, I misspoke. So we are in the CS file. It's in the images file. So what we have to do is we have to put 2 dots. Then we can do the following. Images / header .png. Save it. So let's see if it works. And we can see it works perfectly. So let's change it because it's zoomed in pretty far. Background size cover, and save it. Refresh, and there we go. That looks pretty nice. So you can see the top is a little bit dim, so I'll change that to white so that you guys can see it. Save that, and you can see it's translucent and you can see through it. So I'm gonna change it all to black and save. So he likes the look of that. So in our home nav, let's do text align right. And of course nothing happens, because I probably did something wrong. So I'm not going to do that for now. I can do that later. And I think this is looking pretty nice. So if we see, it would be a lot different if we had our regular CSS from the header.php. But this looks a lot nicer. And it's our home page, so it has to look good. So maybe let's change this to 800, or what we can do is 100 VH, and the VH stands for view height. We refresh, we can see it's 100% of the page. So then, if I put margin bottom, and let's make it 1000 pixels, just so that we can see that it's, no matter what, it will be 100% of our page, which makes it a really nice effect, because then you're greeted with a huge image. So what we can do is there's a div we can put. We'll put it div class header text. Close it. So in here, let's put our text. Let's make it explore as I have it in our layout.png. Save that. And we refresh. We see it's up here. But we don't want it up there. So we're going to target the header text. So what we need to do is we need to target that div. And then we'll make it color white. And let's make it a text size. Font size I meant. And let's make it about 72 pixels. Save that and refresh. And there we go. So let's make it bold. Font weight. Let's make it about 600. If we refresh, we can see it's pretty bold. So now what we need to do is align it center. So we're gonna do a margin 0 auto. And we can go here. I did something wrong, didn't I? I did not save it. Okay, we'll do that later. You can just do text align center. That's probably the easiest way. And there we go, it's in the center. So I'm gonna have to move it down. But before we do that, let's make it a bigger size. Let's try 128. Yeah, that's pretty good. So we're gonna make it, let's make it padding. Padding top, about 50 VH. That's a bit too much. Let's make it about 40. Still a little too much. 30. And that looks pretty centered to me. And in the next episode, we're going to add a little thing down here that'll tell us about more about the site. We can also add some buttons here, some links. We can add some links here. We can add a little logo. But that is all I have for you today. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you liked the video. If you liked it, please subscribe. And if you did not like it, please give it a dislike rating. Tell us why you didn't like it. But other than that, I hope you liked the video, and thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys again soon.